Let's read for our inner child. The Sophia Code, author Kaya, the chapter of Quan Yin, page 257, all the way to the bottom. Quan Yin says, I would like to share a story with you tonight. Like a bedtime story? I gleefully ask. No, it's actually a story to awaken your soul. It's not the kind of a story it's intended to put you to sleep. I pause to consider her unusual offer and ask, will the story have a happy ending? Yes, my dear, it has the happiest ending of any story ever shared. But you will need to be brave in the beginning, middle, and parts of the end. Why? I curiously demand. Because this story has events in it that you will not want to see or hear. Then why would I want to hear your story, Quan Yin? Why? So that you may be free from fear forever and know that only love is real. Oh, I considered the idea carefully, weighing her response on the scales of my heart. Her reasoning felt distantly familiar. I shifted into another gloriously peaceful position, perched in her arms of pure love. Well, what's the story about? I queried. Quan Ying's mouth upturns into a promising smile as she replies. It's about a young girl who overcame great pain to grow up and become a beautiful woman whose love healed the whole world. I calculated the variables of pain and love to see if they leveraged my resistance to hearing Quan Yin's story. The scales were tipping, but I was still not convinced. Raising an amused eyebrow, Quan Yin counter-offered. And in the story, there's a mighty dragon that becomes the girl's best friend. This all-powerful dragon teaches the girl how to devour pain and magically transforming into love. I stared back at her in silent awe. Quan Yin had made an offer that I could not refuse. I decided then and there that I must learn everything about this magical dragon. Okay, will you hold my hand when I feel afraid during the story? Of course. I will be holding all of you whenever you need my help to feel brave. Okay. Suddenly, my young body is overcome by a tidal wave of tiredness. I wildly yawn, attempting to hold my eyes open as I happily agree to bravely hear her story. My head unwillingly rolls onto her shoulder and I promptly pass out into a deep state of sleep. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. My consciousness steps out from the form of my young sleeping body to now stand in the form of my adult body, witnessing Quan Yin, holding my inner child. I take a moment to orient myself through the senses of my adult self to the willow tree, the distant sound of the river, and Quan Yin sitting before me. I stare curiously at my 7-year-old body, fast asleep in her arms. My eyes suddenly feel overcome by heaviness as I witness deep wounds. Dark bruises and infested cuts slowly begin to appear across the landscape of my inner child's little body. I look at Quan Yin in horror, my eyes searching hers for an understanding of what I am witnessing unfold before me. Quan Yin speaks. These are those long-forgotten hidden wounds that continue to unconsciously control your awareness with frightful thinking. Memories, both known and unknown to you, are suffering as a map of your past across the body of your inner child, to now be healed by the witness and power of your higher self. I peer closer at the wounds. They seem to be reading as the story is compressing to the little body of my inner child. Emotionally stirred, I ask, why would anyone hurt an innocent child? Why would anyone hurt an innocent child? Quan Yin replies, they did not know how to stop what they did. The suffering it takes to wound a child in such a way as this, or in any way at all, is suffering beyond logic. Is suffering beyond logic. As a wild animal bent over in maddening pain strikes without thought, so too the human awareness possessed by suffering cannot stop itself from hurting others. Suffering exacts such acts of pain upon others with a reason, for suffering is the true definition of insanity. For suffering is the true definition of insanity. Quan Yin, the Sophia Code, pages 257, 258, and 259.